Yo, what's going on, man? Today is October the 23rd. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show. We got a full NBA slate for today. I'm not going to go through every single game because it's way too many. I don't want to be here for hours breaking the games down, but I will share some best bets with you guys for today's show. And then we'll get ready to get up off here. Quick recap as always. I'll go through a couple of the comments as I always do. And maybe even the potential Twitter spaces later. I'll see how much time I have. I got some things I'm trying to figure out. Just don't got it quite scheduled yet. But a couple plays that I really like for today and that I will be locking in. Yesterday was not a good day for me to open the NBA season. I started off with the New York Knicks. Team total under 108.5 was the best bet that I talked about liking on the show yesterday. And that was a loser. They go over by a point. They stay over by a point. And they go over by a point, then don't score the ball anymore after that. So frustrating loss there. Boston absolutely smoked them, which I said I thought that Boston would. Didn't bet the spread though. And then Minnesota team total over 110.5, just thinking that the Lakers were going to play fast, the Timberwolves going to play fast, but they started off slow out the gate. Credit to JJ Redick for getting the guys to play a little bit better defense than I thought. Minnesota, I think it's going to take them some time to gel, getting Julius Randle a part of the offense, which is why I stayed off of the spread. But I thought it would be a highly scoring game. We see Dante DiVincenzo really struggle. Mike Conley didn't really do anything. So we started the season off pretty poorly, but those were 0.75 unit plays. So we started the season off minus a unit and a half. Hopefully we can bounce back today and give out some winners on the show today. Post your best bets in the chat. Let me know what you guys are looking at. And I'll go through a couple of the comments and we'll get started today. Damien says, let's get it. Boo in here, Dano as well. Likes a ladder, some kind of ladder. First says, morning, Timberwolves burnt me last night. Let's bounce back today. What's up, Fear Elite? He says, RVA back in the building. Let's get it. Been waiting for the season to come back around. Top of the morning to my guy, Justin. What up, Justin? GLB says, what's up, crew? Let's get paid. What's up, G421? PZ, good morning to you. He says, Celtics put the league on notice last night. Boy, I felt like an idiot not betting the Celtics last night, man. But it is what it is. It's one game, long season. We'll get it all back and more. J Core says, let's get it, brother, back for the NBA season. Misses it. What's up, Brian? Likes the Magic plus 2.5. His favorite player of the day. We're going to talk about that game. What up, Prolific? He says cashed on 80 points. Unusual because on don't bet on purple and gold. No offense. I don't really bet the Lakers too much. Justin says nice. Yesterday was nice. The Lakers AD top point scorer. The Knicks plus 5.5 was a horrible pick. Yeah, I know you liked it yesterday, Justin. I know you remember you talking about it. Dante says, time to eat. Don't feel bad. I'm feeling salty about Kenneth Walker injury report manipulation. Good reminder for NBA season. Yeah. What's up, Sean? Randall Gobert on the same court as Gross Drew says. Cavs -6, Bucks -3.5. Hawks over 220. All in Justin's pockets. We're gonna talk about a few of those. Bitsy says, good morning, Chris and chat. Kept the powder dry last night. What's up, SK? Says Jazz home dogs, Rockets first half. Interested to hear your thoughts, Chris. We'll talk about it. It's all good, Justin. It's all good, bro. It'd be like that. Either way, I picked the loser too. At the end of the day, we both lost. I lost by half a point. You lost by 30. It don't matter how many you lose by. A loss is a loss. So let's see if we can get it back today. LJ says he likes the Rockets first half at home. What up, LJ? Says Rockets bench will be a problem this year. Let's jump into it. So a couple games I wanted to talk about is actually a couple of the early games. The early games are the ones that I like the most. Pacers and Pistons, one of the ones that really kind of jumped out to me here. I talked about this during the season-long previews, but you got a Pacers-Pistons team, and let me just make sure I'm doing my due diligence. I get so excited about talking about these games. Sometimes I forget to mention things that I should probably mention. So let's go to the injury report real quick. These first couple games of the season are fill-out games, though. Like you got to really be watching preseason, kind of think what you like, because it's not a lot of, analytical data that's going to support you one way or another. But this Pistons team just has Isaiah Jackson, I think, on the injury report. I think he's listed as questionable in this game. And then on the opposite side, the Detroit Pistons, just Asir Thompson, who's going to be listed as out. I did also see that Bobby Clinton is not going to play, but he's not going to be a big part of the rotation, in my opinion, for Detroit anyway. So you got a Pacers team that, of course, they return all 5 starters. You got Tyrese Halliburton, Nembhard, Aaron Nesmith, Pascal Siakam, and Miles Turner. This is a Pacers team that smoked the Detroit Pistons last year as well. They won all 4 games and they covered all 4 spreads. But this line opened, I want to say, at 5.5 or 6, and it's actually down to 4.5 here. And I do agree with the money coming in on Detroit here. I think Detroit, at least at the beginning of the season, I think they're gonna be a lot better than last season. I've been talking about that. They got the additions. You throw Tobias Harris in the starting lineup. You get an upgrade with Tim Hardaway Jr. playing the 3. So now Cade Cunningham can get downhill. He got 3-point shooters. Jaden Ivey's been really working on his shot a lot as well. So this is a spot where I haven't taken them yet, and I don't like getting the worst of the number, but I do think Detroit can keep this game competitive. I really, really do. The one thing I'll talk about, I also think it's probably an under spot. I think Detroit defense is going to be a little bit better than it was last season. Not that any of these guys collectively can stay in front of anybody, but I think individually can stay in front of anybody. But collectively, I think the defense is going to be a little bit better. We got to remember, Cade Cunningham missed a ton of games last season. Jalen Duren missed a ton of games last season. So, I guess the common theme that we've seen so far within the first few games is that the team that has had the most additions have really, really struggled. We saw Karl-Anthony Towns, Julius Randle, like both of those teams lost yesterday. Neither one of those teams covered the spread. So that kind of scares me a little bit with Detroit, but I do think that they're the right side. I agree with the money coming in on the Pistons here. And I also think that it's going to be an under game. Pacers team total is like 120. And not that they can't get there. I just think 120 is a big number for opening night, especially on the road. So lean Detroit, lean under. But player prop, official player prop that I'll go with in this game, and I just think the numbers are set a tad bit too low, and that's Bennedict Mathurin. I'm on Bennedict Mathurin in game 1. He is going to come off the bench for this Pacer team. His points prop is sitting at 11.5. I love the over in this spot. It was minus 110 last night. I didn't lock it in, but I did lock it in this morning. It's moved to minus 125. It's also up to 12.5 on some books as well. So you got Bennedict Mathurin, who averaged 13 points in the preseason on just 20 minutes per game. I think the line only continues to increase as the season goes on. So I think we're getting a bit of a discount with him at 11.5 here. Before Bennedict Mathurin got hurt last season, because he did not finish the season with this team. Before he got hurt, he finished the season's last 7 games. He had at least 13 points in each one of those games. He was a vital part of this offense coming off the bench. He was also starting some games as well. And I don't think his role changes a lot here. I mentioned that, this Indiana Pacers team didn't really change a lot. Their starting core is their starting core. If anything, they just got more experience getting Pascal Siakam a full training camp with the team. So yeah, I think just looking at it for what it's worth, also he's also played Detroit really well. He's played against them 3 times so far in his career. He scored at least 15 points in each one of those games. So it's just small things that I've been watching, like just his off season in general. A lot of the times I'm checking the beat reporter list. He's the last person in the gym getting up extra shots. I like Bennedict Mathurin, man. I think he's going to be in for a really big season. I think he starts it off against a Detroit team that I don't expect to be able to really stay in front of him a lot here. So I did go official with Bennedict Mathurin. I am going official with Bennedict Mathurin up and over 11.5 points. I'll go through a couple of the comments real quick, and then we'll move on to the next game. Let's see. What up, Anthony? Sheldon says he likes the Pacers minus 4.5. Chicago plus 6, Bucks minus 3.5, Rockets minus 7. Okay. I hated betting on the Celtics, but had to do it. Yeah, absolutely. Pistons money line, Drew says. Pistons look. I like the Pistons, man. Justin says he's looking at the Pistons team total to go up and over. What's up, Solo? Appreciate you for joining this morning. First says he got Pacers first half minus 2.5, and he likes the Pacers on the full game. I think I'm on the opposite side, man. I do think I'm on the opposite side. Adonis says, "What's up, Chris? How's 1.5? How 1.5 units? You put like 0.75 on your play? I am minus 2. Sorry for asking all up." No. Yeah. When I sent the write out up last night, Adonis, I put or yesterday during the day. I put 0.75 units for both plays. And they were both losers. Drew says he likes Cade to get 25, Miles Turner to hit 2 threes, Jaden Ivey to get 4 rebounds. Dropping Down says he ran into Matthew the other day. He's going to have a big year. I hope so, Dropping Down. I know you up there in Indiana. I hope he has a big year for sure. What's up, Kilo? He says, appreciate the video. Appreciate you for tapping in. And Markel likes something. I hope it's that Benedict Mathurin look. Shout out to Benedict Mathurin, man. So for this game, I lean Detroit. I think they could potentially win the game outright. I think they'll keep it close as well. So don't like that I'm getting it less than 2 possessions, but that's the way that I would play this game. I would also play under, and official play, I'll go Benedict Mathurin up and over his point total of 11.5 for Benedict Mathurin coming off the bench here. Ken says Benedict Mathurin to get 15 is plus 185 on DraftKings. I can see it. I could absolutely see it. Miles says he's leaning Ivy over his points. Let's not overthink it this year. Yeah, he was in the doghouse last year. I like him a lot. They got a new coach. JB Bickerstaff is there. Monty Williams is coaching his high school son somewhere at some high school. Still getting paid. Shout out to Monty. But yeah, I do like the addition of JB Bickerstaff. I think he is going to bring this team a winning mentality for sure. Would not surprise me here if Detroit caught the pace of slipping. Let's go over to the next game that I want to talk about with you guys, which is Cavs and Raptors. So this line opened, I think, like 5. Me and Dropping Downs were going back and forth maybe 2 weeks ago. I think this line was 4, 4.5, 5, something like that. I don't really like playing big favorites in game 1, but it's difficult to look past the Cleveland Cavaliers here. I think the Cavs are going to be a lot better than they were last year. You got a new coach in there. You get a new offensive-minded coach. Kenny Atkins comes over from the Golden State Warriors. He's talked about it, and I said this in the preview show. He's talked about wanting to push the pace, shoot a ton of threes, wanting to get Donovan Mitchell playing a little bit more off-ball. And I do think you just can see – I think you see a continual ascension of these Cavs young players. They got a lot of people, a lot of naysayers, a lot of doubters. I know that they're going to be without Max Strus. He's going to be out for quite some time, but this Toronto Raptors team is not going to be good this year. I think they have I think their projected win total is like 28.5. And it's bad, man. Like they're already down RJ Barrett. He's not going to play in this game. I think it's a shoulder injury. Kelly Olynyk is also ruled out. Bruce Brown hasn't touched the floor this season. And then Jacoby Walter is also out as well. So Cavs, I know it seems really easy. Cavs -6 on a couple books is also a play that I'm willing to take here. I also feel like this game probably goes up and over. I think Cavs team total is in play for this game as well. I think it's like 114.5. But Cavs -6.5 is something that I really, really like a lot in this game. Just really wanting to fade the Raptors early. I do think we'll see them be double-digit dogs at certain points throughout the season. Just already kind of gave you guys the injury report. It looks like they're going to be starting they have a starting lineup of Quickly, Grady Dick, who absolutely can't guard anybody. Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl. I mean, those are pretty good players. Scotty Barnes is the leader of this team. He got paid, but it's not going to do it for me, man. It's really not going to do it for me. I like Isaac Okoro in there for defensive purposes, Evan Mobley. We'll see how much the pace, gets pushed and if Cleveland can jump right into what Kenny Atkinson wants to do early, but I like Cleveland. I do like Cleveland a lot. Let's go through a couple of the comments real quick, see what you guys are thinking about this one. Justin says, not for nothing, but Mathurin is very popular today. Oh, I didn't even know that, Justin. That does not make me feel good, but I like Mathurin a lot. I think he's just a tad bit too low, so it makes sense. First says he thinks the Raptors don't get to 110. I also don't think they get to 110. Markel says he'll lay double digits with the Cavs. -10 for me. I see him at the window. Like that a lot. Justin says he had Cavs -6 since Monday morning. Drew says Cavs smash. Donovan Mitchell gets 25. Grady Dick scores 14. Evan Mobley and Barnes did double-double. Okay. Evan Mobley and Barnes double-double. Solo says Cavs new coach. I want to see how much the scheme and sets change. Yeah, I think they're gonna shoot a ton of more threes. He wants I think it was Darius Garland to shoot 10 plus threes per game. He wants Evan Mobley to shoot a ton of more threes. He wants Donovan Mitchell to get more catch and shoot threes off just some Golden State type sets. And I think, some of those sets can be hard to implement at the beginning of the season, but I don't think they will be against the Toronto Raptors. This is also a Raptors team that doesn't have a lot of depth on their bench, and I talked about the injuries already. So, like I said, I know it seems easy, but I'm pretty high on the Cavs this season. I think they can get the job done against the Raptors. I like them in this spot here. What's up, Ball Talk? He says, been a minute, bro. Signa says, Chris, come on, bro. Hit the weed. Who gonna catch the Pacers slipping with Halliburton like that? Doesn't make sense, bro. And the line move. Okay, I don't know nothing about. I don't understand why I gotta hit the weed. But if you like the Pacers, don't let me talk to y'all, bro. Lay it with the Pacers, man. Busy reminding everybody hit the like button. Scorpius said last year Mobley's double-double was a wagon. Yeah, I could see him. I can see the Raptors really struggling to get stops, especially with Quickly and Grady Dick, even Abaji. Those are not like great defenders. Jakob Poeltl, he provides some rim protection, but he gonna have his hands full with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley tonight, in my opinion, as well. So yeah, I think Cavs minus the 6. It's still some 6s out there. That would be my favorite play in this game. All right, let's keep it pushing. One more game I want to get into. Just 3 games I wanted to really talk about. And those actually all come on the East Coast. There's a couple of Western Conference games I want to talk about tonight as well. But this Magic and Heat game, man, very, very interesting line here. You got the Miami Heat playing home favorite, short home favorite, just 2. And you got a total. I think it's the lowest total on the board, just 208 points. Books expecting this to be a dog fight of a game. I think I slightly disagree here. I think this total is a tad bit too low for it to be an opening night. I think the Orlando Magic's offense is going to be a little bit better this season. I think the Miami Heat can also score. These are just 2 of the teams that we typically see with super low totals that can get up and over a number that's this low, in my opinion. So the Magic have a clean injury report. Nobody on the injury list. KCP is going to be a plug and play. He's going to be a starter. Jalen Suggs also just got paid. Put him at the other guard. Franz Wagner got paid over the offseason. You got Wendell Carter and Pablo Banchero. On the opposite side, the Miami Heat just got Josh Richardson listed as out. But this is a team that, has a little bit of depth now. You get Terry Rozier back, who missed the playoffs last year. Tyler Hero. Jimmy Butler, who also missed the playoffs last year with the injury. You got Jovic and Bam Adebayo. Also a lot of depth coming in for this Miami Heat team off the bench. This is a spot, though, where I like Orlando, man. I do. Going back to it last year, and Orlando didn't play against the Miami Heat well last year. I just mentioned that also. They played 4 times. Of course, this is divisional rivalry as well. Miami Heat have always been like the big brother to the Orlando Magic for as long as you can, kind of think about. And they also just beat the Magic last year as well. I think they played 4 times. The Magic won 3 of those games. The Miami Heat won 3 of those games. Orlando only won 1 of them. But this is a spot where when I can catch the Orlando Magic as dogs, which I'm not sure how many times we're going to see them, as dogs, especially in the division this season. They were minus 140 when we did the preview, and I talked about liking them to win this Southeast Division. I kind of think that whenever you can get the Magic, especially, no real disadvantages. The rest disadvantage is not there. I know that the Magic are, probably going to take this game pretty serious as well, but I like Orlando in this spot if I can catch points with them. I think this is a game that they can win outright. Like I said, not a lot to really go off of. But I will tell you guys this. I did look into, just trying to find some trends and some different angles that kind of make sense. I looked at road divisional dogs that's getting 3 points or less. So the books are anticipating a close game, coin flip type of game. So road dogs playing in the division in game 1s, getting 3 points or less. So game be expected to be within a possession. 13-9 straight up. So the dogs do win these games. 15-7 against the number. I'll be on Orlando today plus the 2 in this spot here. Not sure how popular of a play that is. Let's see what you guys are thinking about this one. And then we'll do a quick recap and get up off here. Like I said, I'm not going to go through every single game. I will do a show a little bit later with my guy Kyle Kerms. I'll be on kind of going through every single game. Probably going to make a few more plays throughout the day, and I'll share those with the members. But I wanted to leave you guys with 3 best bets as we look to bounce back from a terrible opening night, man. Blunt said this is an over game for real, Chris. I think you're probably talking about this one. I think both of them probably go over, if I'm being honest, though. That Cavs game, I think, goes up and over the total as well. I think the Cavs score whatever it is that they want. Drew likes the Magic. He said, I don't trust the Heat. First says, I'm going to hit the weed if the Pacers get smoked. Smokey Steam Best is wrong team favorite here. Not betting, but strong lean to the Magic. I like the Magic here, man. First says, I lean Magic, but I'm a pass. Scorpio says, I think Orlando wins by a lot. The Heat is streaky. I like Bam's prop for Miami, though. Bronze Wagner to score 20. Juice likes the Magic. Justin says, haven't bet yet, but definitely like the Magic. Kilo says, Jimmy isn't playing this year. I think the Heat will start very strong. I do think they probably get off to a little bit better start, Kilo. I'm not going to disagree with you there. Just not sure how much it's going to be. Remember, I was pretty high on this Magic team last year, and I like the Magic again, man. I think that they're a defensive team. I think that, they've been beat up on by this Miami Heat team for a really long time. They're going to understand the importance of this game. And I just love the defense that they play. Like, I'm real big on defensive teams. And, the addition of KCP to kind of stretch the floor just a tad bit. So now Paulo Banchero can play one-on-one a little bit more. I like the Magic depth as well. This is a team that, definitely got a little bit of depth now. So, yeah, I'll take the Magic here, plus the 2. TC Best says Certified likes the Magic as well. TC Best says, Chris, how you feel about the Rockets winning tonight's game? I think the Rockets are going to win. I don't want to lay 7 with the Rockets, though, against the Charlotte Hornets. I think, I won't break the full game down, but I think Charlotte can keep that game close. I'm pretty high on Charlotte this year as well. I think 7 is a big number to delay. I know that the Rockets were good last year, specifically at home. They won. I think they were like top 3 in the NBA as far as ATS covering home games. But I like Charlotte, man, especially before Lonzo Ball gets hurt, if he's going to get hurt. And I'm not trying to wish any bad juju on Lonzo. Not Lonzo, LaMelo, but he always seems to get hurt. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I like Brandon Lee at the coaching position for them now. They got new front office. Like I think it's up. If they had Mark Williams, I'd probably be a little bit more enticed. Interested to see what who the backup center is going to be behind Nick Richards and what that rotation looks like for them. But yeah, I kind of, and it's also first game of the season. So LaMelo hasn't played a game in a full NBA game in quite some time. But it wouldn't surprise me if they were able to keep it within a number today. I do lean Charlotte plus the 7. I think that's a big number for Houston to be laying in game 1. But I'm also high on Houston this year as well. So I stayed off of that one. Ball Talk says, this is a tough one, Chris. I like Orlando, but Miami got a point to prove this year. Pat Riley ain't playing around. We'll see how that goes. I'm agreeing, but I think it's Orlando's spot early. 3 times says, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Maxey over his points. Yeah, Maxey over his points makes a lot of sense. So for people who don't know, that Milwaukee game, the reason I didn't break that one down because the line has moved so much. That line was at 4.5 last week when Paul George, what did he do? Whatever he did, hyperextended his knee, I think it was. That line was 4.5. The Bucks were laying, the Miami Heat, the Philadelphia 76ers were laying 4.5. That line is flipped 7.5, 7 points. It's up to Milwaukee on the road laying 3.5 without Chris Middleton in game 1. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. No Embiid, no PG. I do lean Milwaukee minus the 3.5, but I didn't play the game. I won't feel a little bit too easy. Andrew says Magic got the length. They absolutely do, man. They absolutely do. First says favorite play today, Bucks minus 3.5, 2 units. Philly is hurt. Drew says 30 wins for the Hornets at minus 125 on DraftKings. I like it. I like it a lot. Anthony asking about the team total for the Magic. Yeah, if they win the game, I do think it's going to be because they score, but this is a team that can play defense as well. Okay. Yeah, he is rusty. I do expect LaMelo Ball to be a little bit rusty here. We'll see how it goes. What up, Fremont? He said, did you talk about the Grizzlies? No, I didn't talk about the Grizzlies, but that -3 on the road in Utah is very enticing, man. We remember Utah got one of the better home courts in the NBA for whatever reason. If I'm betting the game, though, I probably just look towards I didn't bet the game. But no Jared Jackson Jr., of course. Gigi Jackson is out as well. No Luke Cornett. And I think that's what Vince Williams is also out. Cam Spencer, rookie, he won't be in action today. And then, for Utah, they pretty much got everybody. Isaiah Collier won't play today, the rookie. But, Keontae George, Colin Sexton, Lloyd Marketing, Taylor Hendricks, and Wessler and Walker Kessler all going to be in action today. That's a game I really just kind of want to see. I want to see what happens in that game. If anything, I want to bet the over. But I think I'm going to stay off of that game. 229 feels like an obtainable number for both of those teams to be able to get up and over. I think Zach Edey, while he will have a really great season, I think he could be a liability on defense when he gets switched off into the pick and roll. And I think both teams look to push the pace as well. So I kind of lean over 229 in that game, but it's nothing that I put in my pocket. -3 for Kilo says the Grizzlies -3.5 for the Bucks is free money as well. Blunt says, I think a lot of the favorites win today, Chris. Yeah, I think a couple of these favorites win today as well. I think a couple of them win today as well, but I definitely think the Suns win. I'm not gonna go over that game right now, but I think that they come out with a sense of urgency. I think that game also goes under the 225. The Clippers offense will struggle, in my opinion, to score consistently without Kawhi Leonard. It looks like Norman Powell could potentially be in the starting lineup, which takes away a lot of the bench depth. I'm not a fan of that Clippers bench. James Harden gonna have a lot on his shoulders. Him and Zubac in that pick and roll gonna have to get a lot of stuff done. And I think with Tyus Jones at point guard for the Phoenix Suns, they really look to score the basketball a lot. So we'll see how it goes, man. Tomorrow says on the Bucks -3. I swear, if injured star theory gets me this early, we'll see how it goes, man. Appreciate you for tapping in, Justin. Good morning to you, Kristen. Watching the show before work. Good luck to everyone today. Singh says, I'm watching Cal 2 today. And Chris, I'm going to need you to get that, to keep that same energy. Keep the same energy about what? My energy never changes, Singh, unless I find something different, but I already capped the game. So yeah, I ain't changing that. G421 says, Chris, you catch Bronny making his NBA debut for the G League? Oh man, I did stay up and watch that game last night. Well, most of it. I did see them check in together. Shout out to Bron and Bronny, man. The Bucks game is a lock. That line makes no sense. It feels like everybody likes Philly today. Likes Milwaukee today. I don't think it's gonna be that easy. Philly got a very they got a lot of depth, even without those guys being there. You still got Drummond in at center, one of the better backup centers in the NBA. Caleb Martin coming over. He's gonna be in that starting lineup. He's a starter. Kelly Oubre, a starter in today's NBA. I don't like Eric Gordon as shooting guard because if he gets hot, yes. And Gary Trent Jr. not the greatest defender in the world. And Maxey gonna have to cook, but they got a lot of bench depth. So I think 3.5 seems about right. I know a lot of people like the Bucks today, but 3.5 does feel about right to me. That's a new team over there for Milwaukee as well. We'll see how it goes though. Milwaukee should win the game. I just don't know if they're gonna cover that 3.5. Thomas says he bet the Bucks -3.5. T-Wolves let me down, but I got AD over his 24.5 points, right? What's Signa say? He said, and if your energy is well matched, I'm gonna ride with you on this one, but the Pacers slipping is crazy. We'll see how it goes, Signa. The Pacers didn't play a lot of defense last year. Signa. I don't know what you saw. I know they scored a lot of points, but they didn't play a lot of defense. And I understand that you like them, my brother. Play them. We don't got to go back and forth. You play what it is that you like, man. I didn't bet Detroit. I said that if I had to bet the game, I would take the points with Detroit, though. I didn't bet them. No Patrick Beverly, no Crowder. Those guys are gone. Patrick Beverly's in Israel right now. But yeah, those are the 3 games that I wanted to get through, man. Thomas asking about the Suns. I do think the Suns win that game. I don't think it's necessarily going to be easy, but I think they can win and cover that game by 4.5, 5. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Those are the 3 games that I did want to break down in the top looks for you guys. We talked about these ones. Benedict Mathurin in that first game. Love his points over 11.5 today. Cleveland -6. Like I said, I don't think all of the favorites going to win today, but I do think the Cavs clean up Toronto. And I like Orlando +2 today, man. I do think that they can win the game in Miami. Hostile environment, but I think they bring it today. Coach Jamal Mosley had the boys fired up. I do believe that today. So I like Orlando, especially in a coin flip type of game. We'll see how it goes. Best of luck to you guys on all your action. Resources, as always, are here. Check them out if you're interested in just finding different ways to kind of cap the game, and some of these very, very useful, in my opinion, helpful promos for OddsJam. 20% off your first month using code CBC. And then Moneyballer, especially as we start to collect more data, Moneyballer will be a lot more efficient, and it'll help you be effective with your capping if you cap the games yourself. So we'll see how those y'all let me know how those go. Hit me on Twitter if you need if you got questions about any of them as well. At ChrisBeCappinn with 2 P's and 2 N's. And that'll be the show for today, man. Hit the like button for me on the way out. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. We'll be back tomorrow. May even do a Twitter Spaces a little bit later today. I just kind of got to see what the end of my day gonna look like. If we can get one in, maybe around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock Eastern. Well, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll see how it goes, man. Best of luck on all your action today. Catch you guys tomorrow. I'm out.